And just before we do get started, guys, I think in the last issue I had already done these arches. It's going to go into these 3 recesses there, if you can see those holes. So that will just slot in there, just like that. It's going to be, if that comes out, that hole there, that big hole. It's going to be simple. I'll just do that dry fit so you can see what I'm going to do, guys. So, took that off. A bit of filing. Basically, it'll slot in that way, like that. So we'll get a bit of glue just on that diagonal shape, I'll call it. Somebody's going to have me on that now. Sorry guys if I've got that wrong. Anyway, anyhow, hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good, guys. Hope you're all well. It's a Friday evening and I am building the Millennium Falcon issue 19, guys. Here we have the parts which are all sealed, ready to open in front of you guys, and also the magazine we're going to take a look through in a sec. Now, if you're not already, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also comment and share, and press that bell notification not to miss out on any future builds to do the Millennium Falcon or anything else on the channel. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description down below, guys, so if you want to do this for yourself, go to the link, press the link, and it'll take you straight through to the Falcon website, where you can then get the Millennium Falcon for yourself and come along with me and build this magnificent, massive build. But without further ado, guys, it's going to be a busy one today. I've got a feeling. I've had a quick browse through the magazine and there's a lot to do today, guys. So without hanging about, let's crack on with the Millennium Falcon build from Falcon. Right then, so let's get cracking on with this week's issue of the Millennium Falcon from Falcon, issue 19. We've got the parts here and the magazine. So if I just put that to one side, we'll take a quick look through this week's mag. Got the usual brilliant content, pictures for a Star Wars fan. So yeah, that's all the content then, guys, and then we get straight into what parts we've got in this week, which we'll go through in a sec when I open them out of the bag. Now I think this week is going to be a pretty busy issue, guys. We've got detailing the recess. Now a quick one, I will mention it again in a minute when we're getting it built. This here, painting the recess, is where you're going to have to paint it in this week's issue, guys, if you're doing the details like weathering the model, etc. But as your regulars know, and all for the newcomers now, guys, I'll let you know I'm not doing that to my build. I'm just keeping it natural, and that is it. But I will let you know every time in the instructions if it's time for you to weather your goods, weather your models, or paint them or whatever. But I'm not doing none of that to mine, guys. I'm just doing it natural, as I say. So yeah, we're doing that, detailing the recess, and then last of all we'll be assembling the passage tube. So there'll be a lot of putting cushions on again, which we've seen before, so I'll probably time lapse that so we can get through that and get them assembled up together. But yeah, first of all then, guys, we're going to be opening the packages and then we're going to be starting detailing the recess. So if I just put this to one side, we'll open the goods and see what we've got. Okay. Well, I've got a lot of sprue work on here today, guys. So this is the recess. That's plastic. We're going to be putting a lot of add-on parts on there, guys, and those add-on parts are just here on this sprue. Now you could do some sprue cutters to take these off, but as you've seen from me in previous issues, guys, it is doable to take these off the sprue, also the cushions. So I think what I'll do is I'll take them off in normal time, and then once everything's off the sprues and placed in order, then I'll just crack on and then get them fitted. So yeah, I'll just show you how easy it is to take these off. I've got some more parts and fittings here, which are going to be, would have thought, going into the recess. This is just instructions, or well, not instructions, it's just where it's from, basically, where the packaging's from. Now I think we've got 2 more arches from previous issues, but we're going to be applying cushions to this arch, and I can't remember now if I've already got 2 arches prepped or done. I'll let you know shortly. We've got some screws here, gold screws, which will have to go in my pillbox. Like I've just said, we've got the cushions, and we've got the add-on parts and the arch, and then last but not least, we've got the passage tube here. Now at the end of this build, guys, we're going to have 3 arches in the passage tube, the recess all done, and that'll be it for issue 19. And I'm going to try and put issue 20 out tomorrow, which will be Saturday, as filming this video now on a Friday evening. Without further ado, guys, let's crack on with the Millennium Falcon build from Phantom. So sit back, relax, enjoy. And just before we do get started, guys, I think in the last issue I had already done these arches as part of the last issue, so they'll be just going to the top of the screen there. We'll get them back shortly. And what I'll do now, I think, is move the passage tube out of the way, put that arch to one side along with the screws, and I think we'll put the cushions to one side also. In fact, I'll take them out of shot, guys, so they're out and we don't get too busy on the screen, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is take all these off the sprue, and then we're going to be attaching each little part we take off to this recess here. So if I just situate this how the instructions are telling me, like that. Instruction 1, it's saying take this part here, which looks like some sort of knife sort of thing. This is, what's it called? Start by aligning part 3. So this is part 3, as shown, matching up the 3 tabs into the slots. So what we've got to do with this, these slots here, guys, are basically, I'll do a dry fit first, going to go into these 3 recesses there, as you can see those holes. So that will just slot in there, just like that. Now we're going to have to put a bit of glue on these, because they will drop out. So if I just get some glue. This glue, by the way, is from the range in the UK. It's like, they do a bit of everything, guys, basically, but that's where I get my glue, if anyone's wondering. You can either get it like this in a tub form with a brush, or you can get it where it's just freehand squirts out, basically. But it's good stuff, guys, does the job. So just gently push that into there, 3 tabs in, and that is that first part put in to the recess. And believe it or not, that's 2 instructions down straight away. Right, so now what it's saying do is trim 1 of the sprue. So trim 1 is this part here, guys. So if we're going to take that off, nice and easy, there you go. Now if I just get my nail file, I'll sand that down. Bit on as well, just like a little sanding, just to make it nice and smooth finish. And there you have a nice smooth finish, as you can see, guys. All this is plastic, by the way, if you're wondering. So now what we've got to do is, you can see here, just before we do this, you've got a big pin on the left and a little one on the right. And if you look here, you've got a big hole and a little hole. You've guessed it. What you want to do is do a dry fit first. That's how that's looking. So if you get that out, put a bit of glue on the 2 pins, and as you can see, guys, that other part we fitted just is dry already. This glue is brilliant. So if you buy a range, if you've got a range buyer, especially if you're in the UK, I'm not sure if you're in America, the range is a good store to get your glue. So yeah, put the little pin into the little hole and the big pin into the big hole, and there you go, guys. We are now 4 instructions down already, just by putting 2 parts. We're cooking gas today, guys. So now we want trim 2, which is this pipe looking thing here. And as you can see, you can easily get these parts off, guys, without a sprue cutter. But I would recommend you get a sprue cutter. It'll probably give you a lot less, well, I say stress. It's not that stressful without one, but hey, I think if you get a sprue cutter, you probably will have a cleaner finish and you wouldn't have to sand as much. But it's not the end of the world if you can't get hold of one. There you go. See, and look how weathered that looks, guys. How natural that is already. That's why I'm not painting mine. I'm going to leave them natural. So this part now, it's telling us trim 2, which we've got here. We've got to put one end into the matching recess indicated. So that is going to be, if that comes out, come that hole there, that big hole. It's going to be simple. I'll just do that dry fit so you can see what I'm going to do, guys. And put that other end of the pipe into that recess hole there. That's how that's going to look. Simple as that. So put a bit of glue on each side. There we go. And then simple as putting in that hole on the floor. There we go. Just be careful not to move it like that, guys, until it's set, or else you will find it'll move about. But that's how that's looking. I was just looking as I've applied that. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I don't think there's nothing we can do about that. It's not going to move now, it's glued, but that's looking very effective already. I'm loving that. Really cool. So now we want trim 3. Now trim 3 is this piece here, which looks like some sort of exhaust pipe with the box, if that makes sense. So just carefully take off the sprue. Give it a little sand down. You ain't got to be really heavy-handed, drastic doing this. Just a nice little rub of your nail file. But be careful with this piece, for example, because that could snap pretty easy. As you can see, that's looking pretty cool. Right, so this is trim 3. Now this is asking us to apply this in this hole here. And that's how that's going to look. So again, and then the other end of the pipe will go into that little recess hole just there. So again, get a bit of glue on each side. I'm really enjoying my models at the minute, guys, I really am. Especially this Millennium Falcon, and that's why I think I'm going to try and put 2 videos out today, this weekend. One today, obviously, Friday evening as I'm filming this, and then one for Saturday for you. Now, these pipes don't seem to be reaching into these recesses very good. There's nothing you can do about that. It still looks pretty effective. As you can see, there's a little bit of gap there, which I'm not happy about, really. I'm not sure if when I put that in, that should have been tilted more forward, but anyhow, it's one of them. It is what it is. It still looks pretty cool, that does, guys. So that's that done anyway. We've just put trim 3 now in, and that's how that looks. So now we need to trim 4. Now trim 4 is this part here. Little square part with some detail on. So yeah, took that off. Just a bit of filing. Yeah, I was talking to my daughter earlier, and today she was asking how come we've not done a video of Storm and Ennis, our ponies. So we're trying to think of some content for that, guys, to bring to the channel, as it has been a fair while since we've done a video, so hopefully that'll be coming soon. Right, so this part here, this is part 4. This now needs to go. Let me just double check this is the right way I'm putting it in. Yeah, but this way, like that. So it's going to be going in there like that. The way to do it, guys, you've got that triangular, acute triangle, I'm not sure, and then that there, I'm not going to say in case I'm wrong. Basically it'll slot in that way, like that. So we get a bit of glue just on that diagonal shape, I'll call it. Somebody's going to have me on that now. Sorry guys if I've got that wrong. Anyway, anyhow, let's put that in there. There you go, look at that. Look at that, guys. It's looking so cool. Look at the detail on that. And by the way, as well, as I've said at the beginning of this video, the painting of this recess will be today in this issue. If you're going to do it, get some spray paint, spray it black. Do you know what? This is not going to be a problem if I do it. So I might get all this done and I might buy a can of spray paint. And obviously, I'll bring that to the channel if I do and spray it. Because perhaps black would look better than natural for this bit. I'll look into that, guys. Back to the build though. Now we want part 5. So part 5 is going to be this part here. So you got these joined together and goes right round here. So just be careful as you're doing this, guys, without a sprue cutter, because this could easily snap. So just bear with it and just gently persuade it to come off. And again, if you've got no sprues, I'm just doing it the rough way, guys, in case you can't afford to get sprue cutters or whatever reason, or you can't get hold of any. You ain't got to put your mod on hold. As you can see, it can be done. Just be very careful. And of course, use scissors if you wanted to. You could have got that off with some scissors, but it is doable without. So nobody grill me saying you should be using a sprue cutter, sorry. I'm just showing you the old school way, just in case you can't get hold of any sprue cutters. Right, so let me just look how we're doing this now. So we want this that way round, part 5. And you've got these holes here in the recess, you can see. It is simple as lining up the pins with the right holes, and that's how that's going to look. Brilliant. So now we need to put some glue on these 3 pins. Yeah, comment down below, guys, what you think to my cutting mat. I've finally got one. It's not the size I wanted, really. I wanted one a bit bigger, but hey ho. But this desk does go all the way around there as well, so I might use this in the future on my other part of the desk and get a bigger one for this part. But it's doing the job for now, and I do love it. There you go, guys. That's part 5, the long pipes put in. It's looking pretty cool, guys. So now what we're going to do, we're at instruction 9 already. Get this piece, this side piece, and it's telling us with these 3 tabs here, put it this way around and drop it in to these 3 tabs there. Now I'm not gonna, I've been ignorant there, sorry guys, keep putting my arm over there. Why don't I just bring the glue over? I'm not going to do a dry fit of this because it might be fiddly to get out, so I'm just going to put it straight in. Put some glue on these little tabs, like so, and then just gently put it into the recesses like the other one we did, and then that will dry in seconds. Look at that, look at the detail, guys, on that. Yeah, I'm really contemplating now on spraying this. I said I wasn't going to, but I'm really thinking about doing that now. So now we need to cut off, well, I say cut off, take off part 6 off the sprue. So yeah, we take that off there. Just remember this piece here isn't part of the part 6. So just give that a little bit of a filing. Make it nice and neat. There you go. And that's how that looks. Now, you might need tweezers for this, guys, because this is very, very fiddly. Where this has got to go is into that little recess just there. So if I just get my tweezers, just leaning over from the desk, bear with. There you go. And apply a little bit of glue on that little slot there. And then attach it to that little recess I've just shown you on there. I keep saying recess a lot tonight, don't I? The whole thing's a recess, but you know what I mean, the crevice or whatever you want to call it. The little slots. Now, I might have to just hold this before I move it, because it's going to keep dropping off. All things was going so well. There we go. That'll dry in seconds, guys, if I leave that there for a minute. But that's how that looks, you get the gist. These little parts that down off make it pop, you know. Yeah, that's gluing tight now, nice and dry. So that's that part in, part 6. And now we've got to take off 7. And the last one off the, oh, sorry, the last second from last one. So just twist that, take that off, file it down. Yeah, it's a busy issue this week, guys. I'm loving it. I do love it. So now, this one, this is why that part we just put's got to dry really, because we've got to put this against that. So you've got that little hole there and a pin on this part. That is going to be going on there like that. Just try not to knock that piece. Yeah, I'll forget the tweezers, you might see clearly. So, basically like that. That's how that's going to go. Brilliant. So if I just get a bit of glue on that. Thought I was going to crisp my mat then, guys. With glue. Right, put a bit on the end of there. And then let's get this attached to this recess. There you go, like that. Now hopefully this should, do you know what, I'm going to put a bit more glue on this, guys. A lot more to be fair, because that doesn't seem to have stuck. There you go. Put some on that as well. And then we'll attach this back. This might stick a bit better now. If I just hold that for a second. Yeah, I think it's stuck already. There you go, brilliant. And that's how that's looking, guys. And that is the detailing to the recess, all done. Brilliant. And now in the instructions, it's saying painting the recess. I'll take a photo shot of that just to put up on the screen. So if you are doing it, you can look at that. But look at that, guys, look at the detail on that. Beautiful. Right, so now that's that done. This part here, we've not had to use it yet. It's saying, no, the circle part, which is this part, it is a plant-on detail for the hull plating. So that's for the hull plating, basically. So we've got to keep that safe to one side. So we don't need that as yet, guys. I was wondering if I'd missed something then. But now, we've got the arches here. And we've got the passage tube. And also we've got some cushions, which we're going to take off. And then we're going to be applying those cushions to this, which I'm going to time lapse, guys, so we can get through that. And then these 3 arches will be attached to this assembled passage tube. And there we have, guys, the 3 arches with all the cushions now fitted. So all they're doing now is push those to one side, bring over the passage tube, and basically all we're going to do is put the floor, line it up with these holes, like so, and then apply the small gold screws into each one of those holes. So 2'6" screws we need. Now I would use the smaller screws, guys, because if you use the big gold screws, let me just get one and show you what I mean. If you use these big ones compared to the littler ones, the trouble you're going to get, because they're bigger, they'll end up coming through the floor and you're going to indent the floor, which you don't want to do that, guys, because you're going to ruin your model. So let's just show you, put one of these in. So just line the holes up like so, and then just get those screwed in. But yeah, use your smaller gold screws, guys, because you're going to end up going through the floor and you don't have screws coming through the inside of your floor. You will not be very happy with that. Well, I know I wouldn't. So yeah, just use the smaller ones. There you go. So they are going in nice. And just do your screwing in until you can feel the resistance. I won't even screw these in too tight because you're going to get them coming up on the floor. And as I say, you're going to damage your model. So that's the first two in. Yeah, as soon as you feel the resistance, just stop, and then it'll be good as that. So you've got two screws here ready to put in. So yeah, just start that one off. Oh, it's so much better with this cutting mat, guys. I can finally see what I'm doing without it getting caught up in that rug or whatever it was what I was using. So much better. So yeah, screw those in. Do them nice and tight. Again, till you feel the resistance, and then stop. There you go. That's how that's looking so far. 4 screws. Look at the floor there of the passage tube. Yeah, if you wonder what I'm doing here, guys, I'm just getting my screws out my pillbox I've got here. Keeps them all in order. Don't have to worry about where they are then, you know they're safe. So yeah, just apply these last 2 screws to the passage tunnel before fitting the arches with the cushions already done. Just make sure that's lining up with the hole there like that of the floor. And we're just nearly done now, guys, with this passage tube. Yeah, you will feel the resistance with these screws as well, so don't panic you're going to go too far. Once it starts getting tighter, just stop, because as I said, you don't want the screws to come out to the floor. I mean, they're very, very slight, but you can see a little, nothing you can worry about, but it would go through the floor if you carried on too much. So that's the passage tube done. Now, if I just place that there, what it's telling us to do now is put the arches. So we've got to put these in a certain way. So if I just get all the arches. So what it's asking us to do is put this one in first. Like so. It's all about these little pins here, guys. They've got to be in the right position for when you put the roof on at a later issue. So on the diagram, as the arches are fitted, the pins are coming over, if that makes sense. So put this middle one on, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And the third one. You know what, before I put that on, I've just noticed I could spruce that up a little bit, so give that a bit of a sanding. Just get those rough edges off. There you go. It's all about the detail, guys. I don't know if that one needs gluing again, to be fair. happy with that. So yeah, I think that is all good. Yeah, but what I was on about, just see how that looks like that. See, if these are not in right, you're going to have a problem putting your ceiling on the roof of the passage tube. So I think that one needs to come round here like that. So you got that one, that one. Yeah, I think that looks right. What I'm trying to say, guys, if you see these little pins, they need to be directed to twist the arches around so they're like that. So you got that one, that over a bit and that over a bit. And when the ceiling of the passage tube, the roof, whatever goes on, that will line up with the holes in the passage tube. But anyway, that is it for this week, guys. All done. A bit busy, but all good. So we've done all the parts from the recess, all the add-ons. We've done the passage tube and one arch with cushions, and now fitted them. And that's our finished result. Do hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back next time, hopefully tomorrow, for more Millennium Falcon. See you in the next one. And that is it for today's build with the Millennium Falcon from Phantom, guys. Basically, we put details in the recess, and we've done some more on the passage tube, or started on the passage tube, which will be connecting to previous parts we've done in previous week's issues. Do hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm going to try and put another Millennium Falcon out tomorrow. So we've had a double bumper issue this week of the Millennium Falcon, because I'm really enjoying doing it at the moment, guys, and it's starting to get big. I had another pack delivered this week, so I've got a lot to catch up on. So I just want to try and get as many Millennium Falcon issues out as I can and try and catch up with where we are at the minute. I think I'm on pack 7, which has been delivered this week, and I think I'm on 5. Pack 4 or 5, I think. So I've got a lot to do. Thanks for your support, guys. Please keep coming along on this journey with me, and if you're not already, subscribe and press that bell notification not to miss out on any future builds on the channel, including the Millennium Falcon from Phantom. But yeah, remember, when you press the subscribe button, guys, if you press that bell notification, you will get notified every time I put a video up on the channel. But again, thanks for your support, guys. Have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with more Millennium Falcon. And I'm trying to sort something out with something new coming to the channel, which will be regularly every Sunday. But stay tuned for that. You'll find out if I get around to committing to do that, but that's all I'm saying. So yeah, that's something new coming to the channel, fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for all your support, guys. See you soon. Remember to give us a big like at the end of the video. See you soon. Take care. Peace. And guys, just a quick tease. This is what's coming tomorrow. Issue 20 of the Millennium Falcon from Phantom. As you can see, those parts are all sealed, ready to open in front of you guys. And then we've got the magazine, which we'll take a look through tomorrow. I was going to show you what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but no, I'm going to keep that a surprise. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Look forward to the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.